Hi guys, it's me, Erica Joy with the Erica Joy Effect, and I'm so excited for our guest today for the Build and Bloom podcast. Today we are welcoming Maham Abid. Welcome, and thank you so much for being here today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your time, and I know that you're doing some really great things in Charleston.
I try.
Yeah, we all do. Yes.
Right? Well, in today's day and world, some people don't try.
That's true.
So as long as we just try to do,
I love that. So I know a little bit about you, and one of the things that I would say about you is that you are a creative. Mm-hmm. So you are doing many different creative projects and things. Tell me a little bit about how you got to this place of creation. What led you here?
Yeah, that's such an awesome question because it's such a loaded one. So my bachelor's is in biology.
Oh, interesting.
And organic. And I went on to pursue a master's in psychology. So where's creativity here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
I love psychology, sociology, anthropology, all of those things.
Yeah.
So interesting, though, the science. I guess those are social sciences, so maybe it ties to bio.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's cool. Interesting path.
So it's like a left brain. Like my dad is a doctor. Like my brother is a doctor. I don't even know. My uncle's dog's friend is a doctor. I don't even know. So I honestly, living in Charleston, South Carolina, I love it. It's my home. I'm
How
so
long have you been here?
So I've been here since I was 8.
Okay.
But sometimes I can definitely feel a little isolated because of the way I look.
Interesting.
Like I just look different, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so modeling was the first thing. I mean, it was just a spur of the moment decision that I decided to do in Columbia Fashion Week. And so far, the fact that I stand out works.
A great thing.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
the one thing that, it's okay to stand out there.
Absolutely. It's catapulted you.
Yeah.
And it's something different, especially in the South sometimes. We think of the blonde-haired, blue-eyed sorority girl, sweet Southern, and I could see where a person that looks a bit different, that might be something that would be intimidating and challenging, but good for you to harness that energy.
Yeah.
Because different is definitely good. Unique is beautiful, I think.
I agree. I think just introducing as much diversity as we can, like you're completely right, you get an influx of new ideas, different lenses to view the same, body of information.
Sure.
So I think diversity and differing points of views, people, I think it makes for a much more intelligent human being.
Absolutely. And more well-rounded and definitely more interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
So how have you kind of evolved since you have been in this creative space? Where kind of did you start, and in what ways have you pivoted or changed direction to that vision when you first started?
There's been a lot of little nooks and crannies. There's been a lot of evolution.
Sure.
I took like a year off from modeling.
Okay.
So, it was just one of those things that I loved it and I saw success in it. So I climbed pretty fast, and then I was in acting, and I loved it at the time. But there's a lot of cultural implications as well. Mm-hmm. Modeling is not something that's looked upon favorably in, at least the multiple cultures I come from,
Tell me more about that.
So, Middle Eastern, Indo-Pak region, there's a lot of, like my mom wears the hijab. And so there's a lot of core beliefs that they came with. So when you're wearing certain clothes that maybe don't fit what they want from you, it's not the best thing. There's a lot of shame for it.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
And you choose not to cover? Or where do you stand on that?
Ironically enough, I was the first person to cover my head in Charleston, South Carolina. I was in 6th grade.
Oh my gosh.
In the entire Muslim community. And
You were the first person in the school that they knew to...
including my mom. She didn't do it.
Wow, interesting.
No one's mom, no one's grandma, and
my
the
gosh.
Charleston Muslim community. Yeah.
It's interesting.
And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I did. And I didn't take my hijab off till sophomore year of college.
Wow.
So I lived, a long time with that. So.
Were you in school in downtown Charleston or in a suburb of Charleston?
My first year was at USC.
Okay.
And then I graduated from College of Charleston.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I wonder so many things about that and the women choosing or maybe conforming to something different while they were here. That's interesting. I would not have thought that. I would have thought that prior generations would certainly have chosen to cover, or felt obligated or something.
Yeah.
But, that's neat.
Yep. I feel like at the end of the day, my parents, I think at this point, I've disappointed them enough that I can get a freebie. Yeah, I'm not even joking. I'm just like, you guys, I wear bad clothes. What's next? I'm divorced from an arranged marriage. I have a child, and that's just like all big no-nos.
Mm-hmm.
My mom keeps telling me, Mom, you need to get married. You're like 82. And then the next day, she goes, you're like 89. I'm like, dear God. Like,
what gives you the strength, do you think, I don't want to say, to choose your own path? What do you think is inside of you that gave you that strength and courage? Because that has to be difficult.
It is. I don't like easy things. And I don't know where this pattern started in my family, but I know damn well it's going to end with me. Okay.
Some sort of generational curse you feel, maybe, that you can break.
Maybe like an intergenerational pattern of trauma. My mom lost her mom at a very young age, and even tracing it back, I see a lot of trauma that may have been passed down. Well, actually, I truly do believe it is passed down.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a daughter.
Yes.
And she loves me for some reason. And we have the best relationship. I have a sister. We have a really good relationship, too.
Okay.
So growing up, I became kind of like the point where when things went wrong, I was like the rebel child.
Are you a middle child?
I'm the oldest.
Interesting. Okay. So
yeah.
You're the rebel.
Yep. And I protected my brother and sister, so we've always had good relationships. So that's always been my goal from the get-go, is just I want it to end with me. I want my daughter to say my mom loved me to her daughter, and then her daughter tell her daughter one day, my grandma loved my mom, and that's how I know to love you.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that mother-daughter relationships can be and are typically so complicated.
100%. 100%.
And not necessarily due to a lack of love, but for many other reasons.
Yeah. I honestly, because it's you see it across all, I feel like, ethnicities, cultures. It is a very one-of-a-kind relationship.
Absolutely.
And I wonder if it's just because there's so much of us that we see in our kids.
Maybe
and that
so.
triggers unhealed, like, inner child wounds,
I definitely can say I've experienced some of that where, I have had ideas in my mind or thoughts in my head that I didn't even realize I was holding on to or still had until I made decisions in my life that impacted my children in a way that could be viewed as the cycle repeating.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see those old wounds resurface when you think that you've healed from them. I've found that life, it goes in so many different directions, and oftentimes I too want to be the person in my family that breaks certain cycles, but oftentimes it's not a very straight, clear path. But it's still those little successes and those small wins that give me the courage to continue with my children.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think that, there's so much in what you said. You can definitely be the person, and you're completely right, that healing is it's not linear. It's like this,
Yeah.
like onion peeling layers. I'm like, I thought I was over that. And
Yeah.
then I smell a cologne or like a specific cadence of the way someone talked. And we're back to like panic attack mode. I'm
Absolutely.
like, bro,
Yes.
I have paid hundreds of thousands in therapy.
Yes.
Why is this happening?
And it hits out of nowhere. And
Exactly.
Yes, I completely agree with that and can relate to that entirely.
I feel like in today's day and age, honestly, everyone has some sort of like traumatic story. And I think sometimes our brain knows that it's too much pain, so it'll repress it, but it's never gone. Like the body stores it.
Absolutely. So
and
some
it
kind of
craves
energy.
to reintegrate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who have you, growing up, who have you kind of looked toward as an inspiration for who you have become as a woman? Someone that you knew or didn't know, or I think of people in my family as well as just people that I always viewed as the ultimate, whatever that might be. Who are those people for you?
I don't think I had any.
In the media as well?
What do you mean?
Like a superstar that you just thought was so inspiring, like Michelle Obama or Claudia Schiffer. You know?
Yeah. So I feel like there's definitely women that I just look up to and aspire to be like because they do such great things.
Yeah, Oprah.
Exactly. Yeah. But I guess the part that stumped me was when you said like to make me who I am today.
Yeah.
I have no idea how I became who I am today, but I like her.
Yes.
And I think a lot of that is because there was an immigration in my story, so I was disconnected from a lot of,
Sure.
big, like, figures.
Mm-hmm. Like grandparents maybe, or like
or even, like, media, right? Because I couldn't understand English when I first moved here.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then answering the other question, I love Queen Rania of Jordan.
Oh, I don't know who that is, but I'll find out.
She's wonderful. I think you're
beautiful and purposeful and special.
Yeah. She's like right there with everyone. She's not someone that's ordering people. She is that person that's right there,
in the trenches with her people.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What a cool person.
Yeah.
I can't wait to learn more about her.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing
beautiful.
That. And I would imagine that her wardrobe and jewelry are fabulous as well.
Girl, yes.
So I find it interesting that you, in your becoming, you're not exactly sure who influenced you or how you got to where you are today, but that you really like her.
Mm-hmm.
Are there some things that maybe you would share about that might encourage other women who are struggling to become a version of themselves that they would like to be, that maybe could help them along the way?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard in today's world to be vulnerable. Brene Brown said, like, one of the hardest things, is vulnerability, because we all get hurt, And when we build up walls, I did, they don't just keep the bad out, they also let the good from coming in. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you can't you can't feel the bad without the good. So I have run away from emotions, big feelings that I try to just push away. And my body's like, nope, it's time to deal with them, you know?
Sure.
But
so
I couldn't outrun them.
Can't. Yeah. And I find that when I've tried to escape or outrun something, somehow the universe, God, circles back and you end up where you started again.
Yeah, I feel like it's that mind-body connection of just wanting to reintegrate and be at homeostasis. They don't like being disconnected.
Yeah.
So I feel don't just live the length of your life. Feel the depth of it as well. Like, live the depth of it.
Yeah.
Dive into sadness. How far does she go? Let's see. Is this it? Like, how do I feel? Am I shaking? Oh my gosh, I'm feeling. And then you start laughing. I mean, these are just transient feelings. And it's exactly what we teach our little children as teachers, is just self-soothing.
Mm-hmm. Sure. And learning how to feel the feeling but not allow it to, it's not going to break you, but you have to acknowledge it, to feel it, to work through it and continue forward. But if you simply cut it off, then it's likely it's going to come back to you at some point when you're not expecting it.
Yeah. And I hate cliches, but the one cliche I will say is definitely true is happiness does come from within. There's nothing else to fill that void, because when you start feeling when your internal environment changes,
yes,
your external reality has no choice but to change with it as well.
Absolutely. It's very powerful.
Yeah, everyone's just a shift, like a tiny shift in perspective away from whoever they want to be or choose to be.
I like that. If you were to picture yourself, let's say in 5 years, very successful, what would that look like?
Well, I am releasing a book.
Congratulations.
Thanks. It's super nerdy. It's about, that's neither here nor there.
No, I want to know about this book. Tell me more.
It's called Epigenetics, Enjoying Our Way Through Evolution. And it pretty much argues that the narratives that we tell ourselves, they are so strong that we may not have found the storytelling gene in the human genome, but I think it exists. Like I might not know what codon it's on or which part of the chromosome.
Yes,
because we have Carl Jung has even talked about these just patterns of intergenerational trauma that you cannot explain. Just like the collective unconscious, you know? So, yeah, it's about that, and it's about just saying now I don't think the next step in evolution for human beings is going to be one of cognition, because our minds have gotten strong enough, when you think about like Robin Williams, Amy Winehouse, to create a reality that is so dismal than our actual reality that we literally overturned Darwin's survival of the fittest. The species is taking its own life.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to have to be a return to feeling.
Interesting.
Telling ourselves better stories so we can live longer. We can feel better longer, be more healthy, and then ideally procreate, and then pass on those nice narratives, narratives that feel good to our nervous system, to their kids.
Right.
But that's pretty much the premise of it.
That is so interesting. I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah.
So in the future, you think maybe some more writing, some more? How did you get it? I didn't even realize that you were a writer in this way.
Yeah, I've written all of my life. I write poetry. I love writing. But I would picture just helping people, maybe, oh my gosh, what if I actually had like a little book signing thing?
Yes, that would be awesome.
What?
Yeah.
Or like a TED Talk, people might actually want to listen.
Yes.
That would be so cool to me. That would be the ideal. But God has a way of surprising people, because I can't come up with how good he's going to make it.
That is so true. Better than we could ever even think or imagine, I think, often.
I agree.
Have you, when you do think of success, have you defined what that means to you?
Yeah, success is, to me, it means being here.
Fully present.
Because as long as we are here and here and here, there is no conflict. There's nothing wrong in most moments or seconds of our lives. So I don't know if that makes any sense. It's peacefulness and contentment.
Yes.
To be out of our own heads.
Yeah. To escape that constant overthinking, analyzing.
Yeah.
Missing.
I call it the Dory thoughts. You remember the fish from Finding
Yes.
Nemo? She means well, right? But she has this big, well-intentioned mission to get, Marlin reunited with his son.
Yes.
But she keeps forgetting because she gets frivolously, occupied by these other things.
That are not necessarily as important.
Yeah.
Or important at all.
And I feel like that's the monkey mind. sometimes we're overthinking our life out of life.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
So one last question for you would be, how have you changed inside in ways that you thought maybe were not possible? How has the impossible become possible for you based on internal changes, such as how you think, for instance?
Yeah. That's a question that hits close to my heart. And ironically, y'all, I'm not a robot. Like, after a decade of dissociation, I can feel again. But I feel like it's just, for me, the answer was facing all of those parts of myself. Because sometimes I think we adopt other people's narratives in our self-talk.
100%.
And I was just, at some point, I became my own bully. Like, I was the abuser to my own self.
Wow.
And taking accountability for all my parts and healing that inner child.
How did you do this?
It took a lot of time, a lot of crying, a lot of therapy, a lot of figuring out. I mean, and I don't even think I've done it completely. I just know that I can feel again. And I started off with hating myself. But, like, for the first time, I looked at myself in the mirror the other day, and I was just like, thank you, God, for creating me.
Yes.
Because I have not. I've thanked him for everything else.
Right.
But I'm like, I've done some okay things.
Absolutely.
So it's like,
I love that. I love that you were to that point when you were just grateful for you, that God made you perfectly.
yeah.
Even though you've done things or yeah, that's awesome. That's huge.
Yeah.
And I bet that would feel freeing.
It did. It did. I might not be in a good chapter, and sometimes we're not in the best chapters, but I trust the author. It's going to have a good ending.
Yes, that is so great. And I bet that you are leading a path that your daughter is going to be so proud of.
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming today. And I am going to be looking forward to many collaborations in the future.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
All right, that is all for today. I am going to be back before you know it. But in the meantime, would you mind sharing your Instagram?
Yeah. So my Instagram is at...
or what do you use the most?
Probably Instagram.
Yeah. Okay.
My name, Maham Abid. So Maham, and then my last name, Abid, Talent. So Maham Abid Talent.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.